the 9 suspects in the Solai Dam tragedy, including 2 top managers from Patel farm, Vinoj, Jayakumar and Peri Mansukh, are appearing in a Naivasha court to face charges of manslaughter following the order of arrest issued by the Director of Public Prosecutions, Noordin Haji. Just yesterday, the DPP ordered the arrest of Patel Coffee Estates Limited Managing Director Peri Mansukh Kansagara and General Manager Vinoj Kumar of charges of manslaughter. Several Water Resources Authority and National Environment Management Authority NEMA officers are also targeted over the Patel Dam tragedy that killed 47 people and left many others injured in Solai, Nakuru County. Haji directed Inspector General Joseph Boynet to conduct thorough investigations to establish the cause and culpability of the tragedy that claimed lives and left a trail of destruction in the area. The DPP said investigators found that the construction of the dam was done by unqualified staff using farm equipment, leading to construction and design flaws. Solai Dam walls collapsed on the 9th of March this year. So the Director of Public Prosecutions has flagged 9 people in total, led by the manager of Patel Limited. In this particular case, 47 people died in that May incident. 100 others have been left homeless. And of course, right now is when they're having the conversation about compensation and the way forward. But let's quickly go through the names and the kind of accusations that have been leveled against these individuals. For manslaughter, led by Peri Mansukh Kansagara, who's the Managing Director of Consult Limited and Patel Coffee Estates. Vinoj Jaya, who's the General Manager, Patel Coffee Estates Limited. Winnie Muthoni Mutisia, who's the Water Rights Officer at the Water Resources Authority. Tomkin Odo Odhiambo, the Sub-Regional Manager at the Water Resources Authority as well. These are those that have been charges leveled against them are manslaughter. Jacinta Were, the Assistant Technical Coordinator Manager at the Water Resources Authority. Willis Omondi Were, the Nakuru County Director of Environment from NEMA, and Lynette Jepchiche-Cheriot, the NEMA Environmental Officer in Nakuru County. Johnson Kamau Njuguna, the Nakuru County Director of Water, as well as Julius Kavita, Sub-County Administrator. Those who are being accused of manslaughter in those charges by the Director of Public Prosecutions. Now, on neglect of official duty, once again, this covers mostly those who work at the Water Resources Authority as well as NEMA, led by Winnie Muthoni Mutisia, the Water Rights Officer, WRA, Tomkin Odo Odhiambo, the Sub-Regional Manager, WRA, Jacinta Were, Assistant Technical Coordinator Manager, WRA, Willis Omondi Were, Nakuru County Director of Environment, and Lynette Cheriot Jepchiche, who's the NEMA Environmental Officer in Nakuru County. These are being accused once again of neglect of official duty as far as the structures of that dam and due diligence was caused. And finally, of course, Johnson Kamau Njuguna, the Nakuru County Director of Water, and Julius Kavita, Sub-County Administrator. Let's take a look at the last charge of the last accusation and those who fall under it: failing to prepare an environmental impact assessment report. Once again, majorly covering the directors of the Patel Coffee Estates and the those who work with NEMA in Nakuru County, responsible for ensuring that assessment has been carried out, environmental assessment has been carried out on projects like this. Of course, Peri Kansagara, Vinoj Jaya, Willis Omondi Were, Lynette Cheriot, NEMA, being accused of failing to prepare an environmental impact assessment report, leading to the death of 47 people after the Patel Dam burst its banks, killing the 47, leaving a trail of destruction. Hundreds others had been left homeless after this particular tragedy. reporter Elfas Lagat from Nakuru has been following this story very closely since the tragedy occurred in May this year. He now joins us live from the Naivasha law courts. Elfas, a very good afternoon to you. We've seen 4 of the accused appear in court today. What happened?
Well, good afternoon to you, Akisa. Thank you very much. We are live from Naivasha law courts this afternoon, where the 3 of the 4 that were mentioned in the morning that had presented themselves before the DCI in Nakuru. We had a conversation with Gideon Kibunja, who is the Regional Criminal Investigations Officer this morning, confirming that the 2, Patel Mansukh, who is the Managing Director for Consult, as well as Patel Coffee Estates, as well as its General Manager, Mr. Vinoj Jayakumar, presented themselves alongside their lawyers to the DCI offices in Nakuru. The other individual, Johnson Kamau, is the Director of Water in Nakuru County, was also arrested this morning by the DCI officials as well. And Tomkin Odhiambo was arrested in Eldoret. So this moment, 3 of the 4 have been presented before court. And this a few moments ago, they were led to the cells. So they've not entirely been presented before the Chief Resident Magistrate here in Naivasha law courts. So we would be expecting that more and more arrests will be made. Of course, Gideon Kibunja was saying they are not giving out any window for them to rather present themselves because they have the warrant, or rather the directive that was presented by DPP Director Noordin Haji. So to this point, 4 of them are in the hands of the DCI officials, and the 3 now have been presented to Naivasha law courts. And any moment now they'll be presented before the Chief Resident Magistrate. We understand that the Chief Resident Magistrate here is Zainab Abdul. We will be confirming that shortly. So at the moment, what is going on right here in Nakuru is that DCI officials are rounding up more and more officials who've been mentioned in that list of Noordin Haji, the Director of Public Prosecutions. You would remember that these are people who've been mentioned for a case of manslaughter as well as negligence of duty that led to the tragedy, the devastating tragedy that occurred on 9th May at Solai when one of Patel Dam's burst, causing 47 people to lose their lives and massive destruction of property. Now, what is happening at the moment is that these 9 individuals who've been mentioned by the DPP right now would be facing the court, where the charges are likely to be that of manslaughter and as well as negligence of duty. So we will be looking at the charge sheet in a few moments, and we will be able to give you more details. Right now, we'll be heading inside the court to see whether the 3 have been presented before the Chief Resident Magistrate. Akisa.
Just before that, talk to us about the protest by residents of Solai, whom we understand are protesting against the arrest of Mansukh and others who have been implicated in this particular probe of that particular scandal.
Well, Akisa, you'll agree that this is entirely a new twist in this whole issue of the compensation, because we understood in the morning that there was a section, not the entire victims, who were planning to demonstrate to protest against the arrest of Patel, as well as his General Manager Vinoj Jayakumar, for reasons best known to them. But we understand to this point that those demonstrations did not happen, because we had a conversation with the DCI official, the boss rather in Nakuru, Gideon Kibunja, saying that situation had been contained, because we understand that police officers were deployed to Solai to contain that situation, so as to allow a smooth transitioning in the DCI officials, ensuring that the 9 who had been mentioned, if they do not present themselves willingly, are arrested by the DCI officials here in Nakuru. So that is the process that is happening right now. The demonstration did not happen. We are going to be waiting to see the charge sheet that shall be read to the 3 people. That is Patel Mansukh, the Managing Director, his General Manager Vinoj Jayakumar, as well as the County Director of Water here in Nakuru, Johnson Kamau. That is what we have for you, Akisa. We are closely following up on this, and we'll be able to give you more details as to when we have them.
All right, thank you very much, Elfas Lagat, for us there in Naivasha. And of course, once again, the 4 of the 9 who have been accused are set to appear before the Naivasha law court to answer to manslaughter charges, of course, led by Perry Mansukh Kasagara, who's the MD Consult Limited, as well as the Patel Coffee Estates Limited, and Vinoj Jayakumar, who's the General Manager of Patel Coffee Estates Limited. And then Elfas saying The protests that were expected to occur against the arrest of this did not happen earlier on. I want us to take a quick break, but before we do that, let me just take you through what you will be expecting when we get back. Shadrach Miti will be talking to us about the compensation conversation that is ongoing in Kibra, and he will be speaking to a number of residents there to just understand their feeling after the highways authority said they will not be compensating the residents there over the highway, the bypass that passes through there. Shadrach Miti will be giving us more details. Willie Lusige is in Busia County. There was supposed to be a crisis meeting with members of the county assembly to see what is the way forward after the arrest of Sospita Ojamong, the governor of Busia County. Willie Lusige will be giving us details of whether that meeting occurred or not. Let's take that break. We still have a lot more lined up for you.